Hello guys, good afternoon. I'm Joward Ibarra. I assigned to discuss about the environment control measures. In this topic, there are three major parts. And one of these is what we call administrative controls. But first, let us define what is administrative controls all about para mas masabtan nato kung anong importante man isa sa company. When we say administrative controls, the word admin refers to the people or person who give guidelines, the one who implements the policies of a company to ensure the safety sa isa ka empleyado. And they also control the employee exposure. They reduce working hours or assigning workers to the other less hazardous work area, and with this it will reduce the possibility of a danger or risk sa isa ka empleyado. Under the administrative controls, we have the reduction of work periods. Reduction of work periods is a method of control in a limited areas where engineering controls methods at the source are not practical. So instead, company use administrative controls. Isa sa mga ginabuhat sa admin is to reduce the work periods, especially sa mga limited work areas or kanang mga gagmay na lugar gani for employee safety. They do this para na enough space ang mga empleyado to work. Next is adjusting work schedule. For workers who must labor in a compressed air environment, the schedule of maximum length work shift and length of decompression time has been prepared. The higher the pressure, the shorter the work shift and the longer the decompression time period. Example, ani ka na mga nag-work sa mining. Siyempre, nagkakalot mo na sila. They make tunnels. The deeper they dig, mas mugamay pa ang hangin on that particular area. No? Kung gamay ang hangin, what will be the effect? Siyempre, maglisod silang ginhawa. To avoid this, you need to adjust the work schedule for the safety of your employees. We have also the job rotation. To reduce employee exposure to a toxic chemical or harmful agent must be used with care. Kini common po ni sa mga factory, labi na kung exposed ka sa mga harmful chemical. According to research, we have certain amount of chemical that our body can be handled. So kung nag-exceed ka in that range, tungod kay nagdugay ka dirang area or wala kay kapuli, then this will give you a serious problem, no? That's why we need to apply the job rotation to minimize your exposure. Next, we have education of supervisors. Teach them about the safety and health hazards that may be found in work areas. Supervisors should be knowledgeable and well-informed about hazardous process, operations, and materials for which they are responsible. Supervisor does not direct work or does the job, but rather they oversee and manage a team or individual to ensure that they are working properly. So their knowledge about hazardous process for which they are responsible is very important. If they are well informed about these things, they can properly guide employees to a safe working environment. Employee information training. Kaya importante po siya. To make engineering control take effect, employees must know its operating procedure. Engineering controls is useless if workers are not informed by it. Using manuals, instruction materials, signages, labels, safety meetings, and other educational devices will be very helpful in ensuring that workers are aware and well-informed about what they have to do. So halos tanan man siguro company they have this employee training. Usually, moabot pa ganin ni siya almost 1 week before nila isabak ang isa katrabahante. Siyempre, to ensure na once they will start their work, they know the process and procedure. And also, it's very important to undergo proper training para maiwasan nato or avoid unnecessary things that will happen. Next is emergency response training and education. Emergencies can occur anytime, at any given moment. It is important that workers undergo emergency response training and education to let them know what to do in case something happens. Having knowledge about emergency situation will give workers an opportunity to take control over the situation and make rational decision under pressure. It means makauna-huna silang tarong o dili magpanik. Last, we have housekeeping and maintenance. Good housekeeping plays a key role in the control of occupational health hazard. So kini murag dalira ni masabtan kay mismo sa atong balay gina-apply nato na. It is very important to maintain the cleanliness of our surrounding or workplace. Why? Because a clean and well-organized workplace provide them to do their job efficiency. O lang na siya. Maintenance. Importante po ni. Always check kung naabay mga daot like busted light, open wire, or naabay mga cracks sa wall due to massive earthquake na kung dili ayuhon, it will cause accident. Tungod ana, mas madukog pa noon ang gasto sa isa ka company kung dili nila atagan dayon og solusyon. All of this is under administrative controls, and it is very important to implement each and every one if engineering controls are not present to make sure the safety of all workers. We have another kind of control here, which is PPE, or also known as personal protective equipment. It is emphasized here that the use of PPE should consider as the last resort. Engineering control should still be on the top priority. Using PPE does not guarantee employee 100% protection since it does nothing to reduce or to eliminate the hazard. Like now, for example, health practitioners use PPE to protect themselves from COVID-19. We use masks and face shield, but the danger is still there. Dili niya walaon ang virus. The only thing that can eliminate or protect us completely are the vaccine. Remember, prevention is better than cure. PPE is used for temporary control measure where engineering controls are not practicable or during emergencies. PPE vary in design, specification, application, and protective capability. We have types of respirators. One of these is air purifying respirator. Unsay function ani? Clean the air to remove dust or chemical fumes, vapor, and mist before it can be inhaled. Daghan klase sa air purifying respirator. Natay ginatawag na mechanical filter respirator. Mao ni siya. O naapod ginatawag na chemical cartridge respirators, gas mask, and power air purifying respirators. Lahilahig forma no, pero same lang yapon ilang functions. Next, we have air supplying respirators. Continuous supply of clean, uncontaminated air and offer the highest level of respiratory protection remote source or portable supply. In selecting respirators, you should consider these following criteria. the identification of contaminants, maximum possible concentration of contaminant in the work area, acceptability in terms of comfort, compatibility with the nature of the job, and last, proper fit to the face of the user to prevent leak. Before I will end my report, I'll be showing you a picture. This is what we call the hierarchy of controls. Murag summary lang ni siya sa akong i-discuss ganina. As you can see, naatay inverted triangle and it represents the most effective to the least effective. To explain this better, let's apply the hierarchy of control in ang actual hazards. For example, sa mall na ay dakong nga suga. Then, ang bakal na nagahon sa iyaha kay hapit na maputol. This falling to somebody is obviously a hazard. The best thing that you can do to keep everyone safe as possible is to remove it. This is the best option na pwede nato buhaton. Or replacing something safer like a new light, example, stand lamp. But removing and replacing is not always a possible, not always necessary, and not always worth it. And if that's the case, then we have the three types of controls. The most effective form of controls is what we call engineering controls. It is a control that physically attached to the hazard to keep people safe. Mura kag nagbutang og another bakal na pod to support the light para in case na mapaputol, ang isa na Japon mag-hold sa iyaha. Pero syempre it will cost you a lot of money. The next control is administrative controls. This is a control between you and a hazard. This include training, communication, important information. Kung i-apply nato ni sa actual hazard, you are going to put a warning sign kung asa nakabutang ang suga to prevent the people going there. The last controls is PPE, the least effective. These controls is on the person, reducing the chance of injuries when they're exposed to the hazards, like wearing gloves, masks, or any protective materials. Mura pud kag naghatag og hard helmet sa tanang mosulod sa mall para in case matagakan sila, they have the protection. Dili kaayo lala ilang injuries. So those are the different types of controls. Making sure that the controls you're using are actually work will surely save our lives. Thank you.